To me, my real nerve X-Men. We are not saying that, are we? Yeah, we are. Hello, everyone of the Resistance of Orchis. This is the real nerve Scott Summers, otherwise known as Cyclops. Thank you, real nerve beast. So, how are we gonna explain this? Long story short, it's either he's, I don't know, clone that we left behind during Krakoa, or something, his X-Men 90s days. Yes, and all my starters on call. Now, can we get to the point of why we're all here? Yes. Retros let me have duties today for doing the most obvious review we and this entire channel has been waiting all month to do. X-Men 97, episodes 1 and 2. To me, my X-Men and the Trial of Magneto. So we'll get to my episode first. Let's just go ahead and say I had the best hero shot of the entire episode, taking down I don't know, leftover Sentinels from the last series. So go to that scene if that has already been in the clips yet. Wow, he's stroking his ego. I never thought I see the day. Well, you're kind of trained that way as far as ex-husbands go. Shut up, he's in his moment. And yeah, what else are we going to talk about here? Some random stuff that we're going to have to... Jean? Not exactly. Okay, which one of my kids is holding a world version of you? It's Hope, and we're all okay. We're technically in the White Hot Room in the comics. Oh! Jean will be fine. Wait, seriously? Okay, what am I missing here? Hey, everybody, this is Retrokid Reviews, and yeah, I kind of let, you're gonna ruin the moment for me? Yeah, pretty much. You know you're starting to become basically, like, Logan, right? In what way? I don't know, taking over two relationships, stuff like that. You know, me and Pietro kind of a thing, right? Oh, right, Quicksilver. Yes, and that's another reason why I'm taking over the review today, because I didn't want Retro's, BS, storylines to take over, much of, today as well. Rain and all, in case you're hearing in the background. So, let's get to the most obvious. Episode 1. Yeah, it was basically a good reintroduction of the team, and, yeah, another thing I think we're all gonna have to talk about here is, well, Morph. Long story short, they're awesome. They're basically back as far as, like, the original voice acting goes. I could be wrong there. Cast IMDb down below, but I am very much aware that I was replaced due to my original actor of the 92 original, sadly passed away. Jean over here, now being played by my granddaughter. You're back! Oh my god, you're back! Okay, yeah, Nathan, we've been there before. Oh, come on, Dad! You know, you guys are all weird and stuff. Anyway, yeah, I'm here too, and I had some decent action sequences in episode 1, and long story short, yeah, the reason why I'm two-handing this like usual, turns out, the old future tech is split. Yeah, I could've told you that. You didn't want to tell it to the normies? I mean, come on, not every timeline has every exact specs. I literally designed that the other week. Oh! Sorry? Continue your review, Scott. Thank you, Forge. Look, long story short for the first episode, if you're a fan or had any passing interest of the original series, this is actually doing a lot for it. So, moving on to episode 2, we're not even going to talk about the action shots, Master Mold, and any other tie-ups to the original series. Well, yeah, there's that, and Jean may or may not have seen a certain dream sequence when, you know, helping out with an interrogation scene that might enact Inferno. Oh! Never mind. Moving on to episode 2, children. Long story short, this is where I mostly would come in. Yes, this is where the Trial of Magneto kind of started, and a lot of the Easter egg references there from Asteroid M and all the other stuff he's done in the series proper as the original villain of the series is kind of understandable, more or less. Yeah, and I had to basically well, cartoon me had to basically run in and help Jean deliver well, you. Thanks for that, by the way. Yeah, no problem. I'm technically your uncle, or just uncle, right? You're the one I know the answer right now? Yeah, probably not a bad idea. Right, and I had the most background of basically understanding the situation and stuff like that. Also, this second episode was very, other than Jean heavy, very storm heavy, because she kind of took an L for everybody. Yes, it was a problem in the comics called Life and Death, where she basically had her powers taken. She got it back eventually, as you could tell, and more or less, it's going to explore more or less that. Thank you, Hank. So, our overall assessment for both episodes, it's Awesome. And there is some other stuff with Trial of Magneto we forgot to mention, like Executioner, which I thought Retro would have got the figure in time. Look, it was either you, your wife, or, I don't know, Bishop over there. And Bishop's the only one from the 97 line you get. Look, it's a process here at Retro Character Reviews, okay? Just saying. I'll trust the process. Really? Okay, final thoughts go. Right, onto the episodes proper. Yeah, there was some teases of basically an apocalypse era style of relationship that Magnus and Rogue might have had. Also, speaking of, Rogue's original voice actor came back, and a lot of people, including a cosplayer Retro has been following that has her own channel. Links down below like always. Basically, we're thriving off of pretty much all the fandom that was about it. You are using scientific terms. Just act like a Homo sapien for 2 seconds. They got hyped as all hell. Just saying. Okay, look. Judgment time for both episodes. Not gonna lie, my action shot aside, seeing the team aside, having the new voice actors, replacing everyone who couldn't be available at the time. Also, Gene's original voice actor, as I think in this series now, is going to be our UNU liaison. Some would say that's probably a, I don't know, mystique ploy, but we don't know until later episodes down the road in the next couple of weeks. So with that all being said, can't really do scores because the coding's gone. Thanks for that, Orcus, like usual. 10 out of 10. There's no getting around it. This is exactly what you're looking for in an original series. You're getting exactly the right amount of nostalgia, the right amount of social allegories that you've been missing since the original series. Yeah, honestly, can I take this one, Emma? Let him. For those keyboard jackasses on, okay, just say it. Dumbass far-right, I don't know, fundamentalist or anything close to like a real-life equivalent of the Friends of Humanity type that thinks the show's been woke because of the new series. There's a quick reminder that the X-Men series, long story short, has always been that since the 60s. It's always been a civil rights allegory for as long as I have been on the comics. So, yeah, take it that as you will, dumbasses. Anyway, overall thoughts for both episodes, like we said, is a 10 out of 10. Retro, your quick thoughts before we go to the end cards. Wow, he's really punctual. Yeah, he was like that at school, just so you know. Oh, yeah, he was at times. Yeah, whatever Scott said is basically what I'm saying here, too. We're all in agreement that this is basically the best version of the show in a very long time. And pretty much for Kevin Feige and everybody at Marvel Animation, the only thing I can add here is, if you see their original intro for, like, you know, their MCU-style introduction, it's got a lot of cool Easter eggs of, like, previous eras of the animation, not just, like, currently going on with this show and What If. But, yeah, they had a lot of 60s Spider-Man references and stuff like that. There is Easter egg fodder also that he might show up in the show as well. This is a completely different timeline, a completely different era of X-Men, so it's not out of the realm of possibility you could get a 90s Spider-Man, but I don't know, one can hope of anything as far as later this season goes. And, yeah, my overall thoughts is about the same as everyone here. This is a perfect 10 out of 10. Like, there's no getting around it. This is what you remember of X-Men down to the wire. Like, down to the details, down to the fight choreography is infinitely got upgraded, especially on Wolverine's end with the Sentinels earlier, if you saw the clips this week. And, yeah, long story short, this is a great upgrade to the team in general. It's still firmly rooted in the 90s, more specifically transitioning into the late 90s. So there's a lot of era of the comics they could still pull off of. There's still a lot of modern stuff they could probably bring in early if they wanted to. I think there was, like, Easter eggs of Marrow and a bunch of other characters that came after the series. So who knows? That's up to them as far as the showrunners go. You can also tell throughout this whole thing that we kind of haven't really gone around to talking about the head writer for both episodes of the premiere, mainly because he got unceremoniously fired. We don't really know what's going on. There's a lot of hearsay still. Link to that still down below for the news if you want to know what's going on there. With that all being said, yeah, end card's coming up to Quasar over here. He's leading the team again. I'm so proud of him. Being the stepdad, I guess that stepped up over there to my end cards for my previous X-Men review, which was also Generation X. Yeah, thanks for that. And don't mention it. And, yeah, M over there to my shorts playlist for episode 89, I think, later this week, for Critical Role, episode, like I said, Campaign 3. And, with that all being said, yeah, go to Scott over here to sub to the channel, hit the notification bell down below, and until next time, my X-Men. This is the leader of the X-Men, Scott Summers, otherwise known as Cyclops, signing out.